Hi everybody, today we'll be learning how to use oil pastels. What are oil pastels? Well, they were invented in 1921, high quality crayons with a vibrant range of colors. They're consisted of pigments mixed with non-drying oil and wax binder. I'm going to show you guys how it looks like on all sorts of kinds of paper and how to apply it all in the end with different techniques. So stay tuned. Okay, here I have a printer paper, a black paper, tone tan paper, watercolor paper, and a canvas paper. To start it off, I'm going to start off with the canvas paper, so let's see how that looks. Let's start off with the canvas paper. It's got a rough texture, to be able to hold on to acrylic paint and oil paint. So let's see how it looks. Let's just start off with the cheapest brand. Okay. Oh, let me zoom in a little bit so you guys get. Okay, there you go. You see what kind of texture it gives off? Let's try mixing it with a yellow. Alright, let's try the other brand. Let's go with a purple. Or violet, sorry. Yeah, I can tell these are actually a little better than the other ones. Okay. Okay, now we're going to do a technique called watercolor on oil pastel. So, I'm going to start scribbling random shapes and lines. Let's do a heart. Let's do two hearts. Alright, now let me go ahead and grab the watercolor. You see how it just overlayers the oil pastel? It's pretty neat if you want to go for kind of an abstract look to it. Now the reason why I'm using watercolor on the canvas paper, it's because it's a lot more thicker. It's got more tooth in it. And on the watercolor paper, I'm going to go ahead and just do oil pastel over watercolor. I'm going to move on to regular printer paper. Okay, so on this one, I'm going to draw an eyeball and to see how it looks. Now, I'm not really pressing down too hard on this, but I should though, because you can barely see it. Now, it's not too bad. I'm actually taking my time, sort of. It picks up pretty nice. But, I mean, you can just tell, especially when I blend it a bit. Yeah, I mean, it's okay. Not terrible. And just to add a little bit of depth. Now I prefer to shade with my fingers or blend because it feels a lot better. You can use a blending stump, but I really don't recommend it unless you're trying to go for a certain texture, which I'll show you guys in a little bit what I'm talking about. But yeah, this is on regular printer paper. Now let's move on to watercolor paper. Okay, now this is my watercolor sketchbook. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and do oil pastel on watercolor. This is a watercolor painting or doodle I did a while back of my friend. So I'm just going to go ahead and add some darker color to her hair. Rose madder. To give it a bit of texture. Okay. So this is how it looks with the oil pastel on it. I'm going to add a little bit to the background. I actually like the look of oil pastel on watercolor paper. Now I didn't do too much on this because I plan to in the end of the video using oil pastel on this giant watercolor layered painting, and I'll get to that towards the end. For now, let's move on to tone tan paper. Now I'm going to zoom out just a bit. Okay. I'm going to turn it around. Okay, now here I'm going to try to work on layering. So let's start off with a softer color. Then I'm going to layer orange yellow. And then more reddish orange. It layers pretty good. So it's just getting used to being able to control, well, not control, because with oil it gets sort of everywhere, oil pastel, and I think that's what makes it look really cool as a medium. So see, look right here on my white, it's got a little bit of color on it. So what you do is to clean it off with a tissue. Now back to normal. Next, on the black paper, I'm going to use a shading technique or a blending technique. So let's get to it. I'm going to go ahead and do like a cartoony heart and just blend some colors into that. And let's start off. And this is how it's looking and black paper. But yeah. Now the trick with trying to create the illusion of light to dark is pretty much knowing your primary colors, which are of course red, yellow, and blue. And once you really start to just grasp the colors and you're able to learn how to mix the colors in your head, it starts to become a lot easier, but it all comes with practice. So don't worry about that. I'll make sure to do a couple more videos on how to, mixing colors and how to use acrylic and how to use all sorts of mediums. But I'm going to show you guys the scratching technique real quick. I don't have any nails, but I'll use my nail. Show you. Sort of looks like an M with a little halo on it. No, I'm not implying anything. It just happened to show that. So that's how it looks scratched up. Alright. So far we've gone over how oil pastel looks on different kinds of paper and sort of the basic stuff. Watercolor on oil pastel. And now to end this video off, I do want to do a video of applying these techniques on a big painting or drawing. So I'm gonna get straight to that. Okay, everybody, this will be the drawing that I'll be using oil pastel on. It has a thickish layer of watercolor already on it, and it's a drawing of an orangutan. So I'm gonna go ahead and do most to all the detail in oil pastels. It's gonna be time-lapse, but when I want to say something in particular, I might just voice over it. So it'll just be all one continuing video to finish off the oil pastel video. This is the end result of it, and there's other ways of making oil pastel look. For now, I just try to go for a very textured look. So yeah, if you guys liked what you saw, I'll do a lot more videos in the future of how to like, subscribe, share, do all that good stuff. Thank you all for watching. This is Edgar, and I'm out.